Thinking from the end is the secret of it all. Always go to the end. We are always imagining ahead of our evidence. And the most creative thing in us is to imagine and to believe a thing into existence, as we are told in the letter to the Romans. And God calls things that are not seen as though they were seen, and the unseen become seen. That's the 4th chapter, the 17th verse of Romans. That is the Catholic translation. I prefer it to the Protestant translation, which is God calls a thing that does not exist, and the thing that does not exist comes into existence. Well, that's all right. But I prefer the Catholic translation. He calls a thing that is not seen. You do not see with your mortal eye the man that you want to be. Not yet. But you will call it as though it is seen. But how would you call a thing as though it is seen? You walk with the assumption that you are that man. So how will I know that I am really walking as that man? Well, then think of friends of yours who never knew this man before, and then let them see that man. So when they pass you by in your mind's eye, they'll see the man that you're assuming that you are. And they will say of you, I knew him when. That would imply that you are not what they formerly knew. I knew him when he didn't have a nickel. I knew him when he lived on the other side of the street. I knew him when. Let them say these things. All that would imply you are not that they knew, but they know this man now. The new man. So you dare to clothe yourself with the new man. And you walk as if it were true. And that's the way to success. As Shakespeare puts it so beautifully, it has been taught us from the primal state that he which is was wished until he were. He which is was wished until he were. So let us become man and remain man until man becomes God. That's the story. So the gods become men. Male, female, may be then. So become man. That is male, female. And they remain in man until man awakes, man being all imagination. And then you are God. So tonight, take the most marvelous concept you could hold of yourself or of a friend, and dare to assume it not only for yourself but for the friend, and walk in that assumption as though it were true. And though at the moment your reason denies it and your senses deny it, if you persist in it, it will harden into fact.